Welcome back to the channel and the preview for the King George, which takes place at Kempton on Boxing Day. As the declarations are out and it's a very good field, I think the form of this before the race is already going to work out very well, and we might possibly see the Gold Cup winner in action. I don't know who it'll be yet, but there's some top staying horses and it's going to be a cracking race. So starting off at the top of the market, we've got Clan des Herbes and Manila Inder, who are both 3-1 favourites. Clan des Herbes comes into this race fresh, hasn't run this season, but if you look back to its form from the back end of last season, it was probably sets the standard. The win in the Aintree Betway Bowl was a very good run, and he probably improved on that to go and win at Punchestown, beating Album Photo, and it was very impressive and nice to see an English rider winning over in Ireland, beating the Irish horses. The other joint favourite, as I mentioned earlier, is Manila Inder, who is 3-1, and you'll remember his scintillating performance in the Gold Cup. That was very impressive, beating A Plus Tard, and I think, although its comeback run against Fordon was probably a bit underwhelming, finishing third to Fordon, beating around 4.5 lengths, Henry de Bromhead was very vocal about how this horse did need a run, and if he does improve from that, he might be able to change over the form with Fordon, even though Fordon was very impressive at Ireland. The next in the market is Fordon, who's 5-1, and Fordon was 5th in the Gold Cup, which was probably slightly underwhelming, but bounced back in no uncertain fashion on its comeback in Ireland, beat Galvin by 3/4 of a length, with Manila Inder about 4.5 lengths behind. That was a very impressive performance, and I think back on a flat track at Kempton, that probably suits Fordon more than Cheltenham, and I think this horse could run a very big race. Tactically, I think this race will probably have a lack of pace and a lack of horses that want to make it to the front in the 9-runner field. And I think if Fordon can get an uncontested lead, like last year, he could make it back-to-back Gold Cups, with Barney Frost on board, who is brilliant riding chasers from the front. Next in the market is an Irish rider, and it's Astarian Forlonge, who steps up to 3 miles for the first time for Willie Mullins. This horse was running very big when it fell last time, and I think, although it does have the odd mistake in, this 3 miles at a slower pace, it might just get his jumping a bit more accurate, and I think with Boy and Cooper on board, this horse could run a very big race if cutting out the mistakes. Also 7-1 in the betting is Chantry House, which goes for Nicky Henderson and Nico de Boinville. This horse, in my opinion, is probably a slightly lucky Grade 1 winner. If you remember winning at Cheltenham, Envoy fell. At Aintree, Espoir de Rome fell when probably looking like it was going to go and win. And his comeback was beating the Big Breakaway in a 2-horse race, which, although it did beat the Big Breakaway by a long way, I don't think that's anything special, but this horse has been improved at the top level, although it has run Grade 1, so it'll be very interesting to see how he gets on. Looking into the history of the race, it pays to stay with Paul Nicholls, who's run this race 12 times, 5 times with Corto Start, and he does run 3 runners in this race, and you'd expect he'd be hoping one of them would go on and win. He's got Clan des Herbes and Fordon, which are 3-1 and 5-1 in the betting, and at a big price, St Calvados, who ran 4th in this last year. He's only had 1 run since there when unseating at Sandown, and if he is prepared for this, which he's expecting to, considering Paul Nicholls can get them fit. If you remember back to Fordon winning at Ireland, he was off a break there. So St Calvados could also be a play at 22-1 with only the 9 runners. So summing this race up, I think I'm going to sit on the fence here. It's going to be an absolute cracking race to watch, and good luck whoever you're with. Let me know who you're with in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.